I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Topo Designs TopoLite Cinch Pack, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. So the Cinch Pack is a 16-liter compressible backpack, and it's made with 40D recycled ripstop nylon, which has a water-resistant silicone finish on it. Great if you get caught in the rain or whatnot. This is the olive colorway, and you can see that it has some, it's darker green with some of these lighter green accents. There is also a pond blue colorway, which has a similar vibe with the white cords and then lighter blue accents on a darker blue. And then there's a black colorway as of the time of this video, which is just monochrome, everything's black. So if you don't want any color, that's what you want to go for. As you can see, there are a ton of straps, cords and compression straps and whatnot around this bag. They use Woojin hardware to tighten and loosen, which works very well. Same thing with the slides. The Woojin hardware works really well. But the cords themselves are very thin. You can see these ones down here are like, it's like a ribbon. And then these cords are just plain cords. And so when you tighten things up, because the whole point of them is to compress things down so that if you have less in the pack, you can tighten them up and dial in, you know, cinch it up some, as the name suggests. But when you do that, then you have all these cords just hanging out around with no keepers or anywhere to put them. Plus then once you want to get into the pack, as I'll show you later, you're going to have to loosen all that back up. So keep that all in mind. We do have the Topo Designs brand here and a little TopoLite tab here. The only other branding on here is the Topo Designs carabiner, which is how we're going to get into the main compartment, and I'll get to that in a few seconds. While this is a backpack, obviously we have shoulder straps, and we also have this thin carry handle, which is about, it's still like a ribbony material, but it's about twice as wide as the other ribbons there. There's no like back panel padding or anything to speak of. As you can see, there's no padding on the shoulder straps. Because they're so thin and flexible, they're comfortable enough, provided you don't put anything super duper heavy in here. But if you do put like books or something with sharp edges, you're gonna feel it on your back due to the fact that there's no padding anywhere. So just keep that in mind when you're packing it out. But otherwise, I think because of the width of the straps, they are rather comfortable. They distribute the weight really well, which is nice. They just don't, you know, really pad anything for long periods of time. They do adjust down here, as you can see with these, the Woojin slides that I mentioned before, but then you can see you're kind of like a walking cat toy when you've got it all dialed in for smaller users, because you just have all this strap with absolutely nowhere to put it. So this bag, because of its packable nature, it has really no structure to it, so it just conforms to what you have inside, which right now is a few packing cubes, and you can see it sort of just hangs out around what I have there. If you're carrying less, it's going to sag down more, and if you put a lot in this top pocket that I'll get to in a minute, especially if they're heavier items like your phone, your wallet, things you want to have within easy reach, they sag down into the main compartment. So it gives sort of a look. Also, we do have, like I said, you can see all the straps that are hanging off of this bag while you're wearing it. That is also sort of an aesthetic choice that maybe you like, maybe you don't. Let's get into some of the pockets around this thing, because there are quite a few of them for a packable backpack. Starting at the top here, you'll notice now that it's sort of fallen off. It's because I've put just a phone and some sunglasses in this top pocket. It's sort of a hood for the backpack, and you get into it via this YKK zipper up here with a zipper pull, which is very convenient, nice, easy to access. But you can see all I've got in here is a pair of sunglasses and my phone. That's it, and it really like causes a lot of sagging just down there. And there's really nothing you can do about that look. I had a lot more things in there and they really flop around and sag down, but it is the easiest place to put things you want to grab quickly and on a regular basis, because otherwise, I'll show you in a little bit, getting into the main compartment is on the slower side. Now, you will also see we have 2 water bottle pockets here on the side. And what's nice is that they have these cinch cords at the top and compression straps at the bottom, which while they compress the backpack, they also will hold tight. So if you have a really skinny water bottle or something slender in here, it holds tight. That's really nice. What then happens though is, I mean, obviously you gotta undo this top one to get something in, but I've got a water bottle here, and you see now I'm hitting that compression strap as I'm trying to slide it in. So then you have to like loosen the compression strap, and even if it was loose to begin with, it tends to hit it. So there's really no, maybe I'm not the most coordinated person, but it's very difficult to, like, if this is on your back, you know, you can pull out the water bottle, but getting it back in without taking it off so you can see and have 2 hands to do it is quite difficult, I found. Now, that being said, because they are so wide and you can cinch them up so nice, I found myself using these side pockets for more than just bottles. I put like snacks in here and stuff like that, because then you could really cinch it up at the top and then they wouldn't fall over, which is good because you will see if you put anything in here, especially like in these side pockets, you can't get the bag to stand up anymore. Like, it just slumps over no matter what. So you really want to, if you're putting something small in here, you really want to dial this in and cinch it up tight so like your apple doesn't roll off away under the table where you've knocked the bag over when by coming out. So now on to the main compartment. So as I mentioned before, we've got this Topo Designs carabiner clip, which does have this little notch here that sometimes can get caught on this ribbon as you take it off or when putting it in. So you just have to practice and get used to that. But when you unhook it, then you get to the top here where it has cinched close, and you undo the cord lock, and you can open it up, and then you can see inside the main compartment. Now, what you can see is that at the top here, it's really nice and very open, whereas right in here, it's doing what I had mentioned with these side compression cords. You have to loosen them in order to get into the main compartment that way, because otherwise they just hold everything really tight. So I'm going to pull out my water bottle here, and I'm going to pull out everything from this bag so you can see everything else going on the inside. Set these aside. I'm also going to unpack this top section here because I want to show you how to pack this all back up. So as you can see, now you can see the inside is just a big open compartment, and there's no high visibility liner or anything. It's just the same color on the outside as on the inside. What you do have here is this one pocket, which when you're using as a backpack, you could use it for smaller gear that you don't want to fall to the bottom of the backpack if you weren't using all the outside pockets for that. But it's got the same YKK zipper as on that front flap pocket with the cords, and you open it and you can see that this actually is the pocket that you're supposed to pack the backpack into. So we're gonna see if I can do this quickly enough for you, because it depends on the day how well it goes. You just sort of just work and stuff this all back in. And really, it's not usually the fabric that's the issue so much as having all these cords and managing to shove them in at the same time that becomes difficult to do. Otherwise, you know, this pouch is rather a decent size for the bag itself, which is nice. It's just a matter of, there we go, look at that. Just a matter of tucking all those cords in so that they don't get caught in the zipper as you try to cinch it up. So there we go. So then you have this little this little pouch, which, you know, we've got a little cord here. You could attach it to your travel backpack with a carabiner, or it's small enough you could really just toss it in your travel backpack, hopefully. And then you'd have it for any eventuality on your trip. Now, I will say though, it functions best if you really fill it up. So like if you're gonna go have a picnic and you're gonna pack a lunch and a blanket and whatnot, it's gonna work really great for that. If you're just running out to the coffee shop and you wanna bring your novel and your phone, it like sags down so much that it's almost not worth using for less items like that. But perhaps you think that, you know, this could work for you, and in which case, if you wanna have a bag just in case, it does pack down really small. So, there you have it, the Topo Designs TopoLite Cinch Pack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.